Yeah! Yeah! Alright guys, today's video is going to focus entirely on my mom and her truck, which she raced at the Race for the Ronald's house 2 weeks ago, and she did very well. Now what you guys don't know is she is one of our best kept secrets here on the Nivlac 57 YouTube channel. Not only does she help with a lot of the builds, but she's also probably one of the best racers on the team. She's certainly better than me, and you know, it's jury's still out on whether she's better than my dad or not. So the Race for the Ronald's house is an event that aims to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House, specifically the Philadelphia branch. That charity's goal is to provide housing for people that are going through a medical crisis and sort of take that burden off of them and, you know, just make their lives a little bit easier in a trying time. The event is a bracket race style event, and she entered into the RM1 class, which is the beginner's class. We've been participating at this event for a couple years, and this is my mom's second time participating in the RM1 class.
If you all watched the video from last year, you will see that I lost in the final. I went through 4 rounds of competition, and then I went to the finals, and in the finals I red lit. I didn't hold down my brake hard enough, and so I ran through the beams and red lit, and so I lost the final race.
Before we went to the event, we wired up a brake switch on the truck so that it would be a little bit easier for her to stage. I know that was one part that was really hard for her. Throughout the entire event last year, I really wanted to try and make that easier for her. Basically how this brake switch worked is I wired it into the Terminator X, and I basically programmed a function with their advanced tables to sort of limit the amount of throttle that is available when the brake switch is activated. That way she could just pull up to the staging beams and she could hit the brakes really hard, floor it, and it would automatically limit the throttle, and it would be pretty hard for her to roll through the beams like she did last year. So with a bracket race, you normally get 2 time shots. So the 2 time shots were a good opportunity to 1, test out this feature, and 2, for her to practice her light. So let's go to some footage of that. So now that the practice shots were out of the way, it was time to move on to eliminations. So first up, she was racing a Volvo. Now this was a newer Volvo, and anytime you see a newer vehicle bracket racing, it can sometimes be a good sign, because if they're using like the launch control feature in the car, sometimes that can be a little finicky and can, you know, not always release right away. So it's a pretty good chance that they're not going to cut a good light. That being said, you should still be on your toes. You should cut as good of a light as you can, but luckily Mom got away with a little bit of good luck in that respect.
In 124 competition, up against Greg Osborne, we get the weight up from Westchester, 1350 pounds.
luck was on my side on that run. I didn't cut a good light, but I kept on the accelerator, pushed it to the floor as soon as possible, and when I got down to the finish line, I noticed that he was still ahead of me, so I was hoping that he ran faster than the time that he dialed in. But I wasn't sure about that, so when I got my time slip, I looked at the time slip, and right away I thought I lost. The reason I thought I lost is because I like to run in the right lane and not the left lane, and so it took me a few seconds to figure it out. And I was so excited because at first I thought I disappointed Calvin and Andrew, and then I was like, no, I won. So I was really happy.
So we were really proud of my mom. It can be really discouraging when you lose in the first round at any race. So it was good that she at least got past the first round. And as you'll see, her luck continued throughout the day.
In the second round competition, I cut a much better light, and so at the end of the track, I was ahead of him, and I let off the accelerator at the end so that I didn't break out, because that would
mean that she would lose automatically. She wasn't even close to breaking out, actually. One thing that my mom is really good at is judging the stripe at the end of the track. In bracket racing, your goal, unless you think you're going to run out, your goal is to try and beat them by as little as possible. That way you have as low of risk of breaking out as possible. And my mom happens to be really good at that. So again, she won in the second round, and it was on to the third.
I think that round was my best light that I ever cut. It was .085.
Yep.
And that was my best one for the night.
Yep. So we were really proud of Mom there. She's definitely getting closer to that 000 light that we expect from her, right? Yeah.
I just don't want a red light.
So the fourth round was going to be a little bit of a doozy. This was going to be my mom's first time racing somebody that was faster than her. So in bracket racing, when you have the faster of the two cars, what that means is that the other person will have to leave before you, and you have a little bit more time to prepare for the light, and a lot of people prefer this. Also, when you have the faster car, that means you will be chasing the other person down the track, and a lot of people prefer this because you're looking sort of ahead and to the side, to judge the stripe, and you're not really like looking over your shoulder. So my mom definitely prefers to have the faster of the two vehicles, but in the fourth round, she didn't get so lucky. The dial-in on the car that she was going to be racing was a 1060, and Mom's dial-in was a 1260.
I took off. I didn't red light, so I was happy. But when I was getting down to half the track, I was looking back a little bit to see where he was, and I was like, he's not coming, he's not coming. So when I got closer to the line, like 3/4 of the way down the track, I let off a little because I knew he wasn't gonna make it past me, and so I let off so that I didn't break out.
Yeah. What Dad and I noticed almost instantly is that as soon as he tried to launch, he spun really, really bad. And as you guys will see in the video, I knew right away that my mom had won. So I was pretty happy to see my mom moving on to the semifinals.
I had the bye in the semifinals, so I watched the 2 cars ahead of me go down the track before I went down the track. I saw that they both red lighted, so I was like a little concerned who was gonna win, but then was able to go down the track any way I wanted to. Yeah, so that put me right into the finals.
Yep. So it all came down to this. Would she red light? Would the brake switch fail in the final moments? Or would she cut the best light of the entire... No, how do I say it? I gotta build suspense. Would my mom red light again in the finals? Or would the new brake switch that we installed in the truck serve its purpose? That's kind of stupid.
So, in the finals, I remember last year when I lost in the finals, and
Now, the funny thing about this is if you guys actually watch the video from last year, you will notice that the car in the other lane looks extremely familiar. And that's because the car that she was racing in the finals this year was the same exact car that she raced in the previous year.
So when I got up to the lanes where you wait to go down the track, this car came up beside me. And he yelled out the window and he was like, "It's you! You made it to the finals again!" And I looked out and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I had my helmet on still and I was just so thrilled that it was him in the lane that I was going to race again, because it was like doing a do-over from last year, and I got like, it's like getting another chance to go down the track and race somebody that you were familiar with.
Yep.
So I had it in my mind. I was not going to red light.
All right, you can do it, Mama. You can do it.
So last year when I raced, this is my trophy that I got for runner-up.
And this year, she got a little bit of an upgrade.
So I went from this little trophy to this big trophy that I can hardly lift.
Yeah.
It's really, really heavy.
So one of the coolest things that the Race for the Ronalds House has to offer the racers is the wonderful trophies. And in previous years, we helped actually make the trophies. And funnily enough, this is the original camshaft out of the engine that we put into my Studebaker. And Mom got to bring it back to the house.
Yeah, we donated it to the trophy pile, and it came back to us.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So Mom took home the win. We were super proud of her, and it was really neat that she got to sort of redeem herself in the finals. It's not very often that you get to have a do-over, and I think Mom knocked it out of the park.
So I want to say a big thanks to my team, Calvin Nelson and Andrew Nelson, who helped me and encouraged me and got my truck ready for the competition. And I also say a big thanks to John and Jonathan Rose, who put together the trophies and ran the event, and Denny Patterson for putting on the event. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to go back next year.
So you bracket racers better look out. And with that, we're gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should go watch the original video from last year where Mom went all the way to the finals, and we were really proud of her, but it was good to see her take one home for the team. So make sure that you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much for watching.
Okay.